for more than like 3 or 4 seconds, I'll inevitably scroll past someone just getting shot somewhere in a video of it, or like a fight that broke out that led to someone getting killed. And it's not even based on my previous viewing. Like I don't go out of my way to watch like it's out of nowhere, and everyone seems to be having a similar experience. And if it's not death and gore videos, it's for some reason other horrific shit. Like they're not even viral clips. I don't understand why they're doing that. I don't know if it's by design or if there's just something that's got a little funky, but it's certainly odd. I just wanted to at least mention that briefly. But overall, these are not amazing changes so far for Twitter. Maybe they'll get it together and start pumping out some great ones, but man, it has been a load of L's for that platform. Elon Musk bought it not too long ago for $44 billion.
Oh, did it actually start the stream finally?
Like yeah, it did.
Okay, yeah, the glare is kind of annoying.
Exactly seeing the best of returns at the moment, and it doesn't really seem to have the best of ideas. So who knows? Maybe they'll start to really pick itself up. That's about it. So yeah, I find it so fascinating how often people just film their own crimes or post on Twitter about illegal activities that they're doing, and then it eventually comes back to haunt them where they lose their job or get arrested. It's just wild that so often people have this complete lack of control and inability to stop themselves from saying or doing dumb, stupid things on Twitter. Like, posting cringe on Twitter has cost more jobs than the invention of machines. And today I want to go over a disturbing new case of gross shit.
Oh my!
This was something that went viral a few days ago, but I've only just now caught up on it. It's really gross. And I actually think that this is a deeper onion than most people realize. I think that this was all a manufactured marketing campaign conducted by a shameless degenerate in order to get OnlyFans subscribers. So, let's take it from the top. I'm sure if you were on Twitter a few days ago, you saw this post floating around. This little bit of eyeball poison was getting dunked on by everyone around the globe. And if people weren't shitting on it, they were shitting themselves out of just pure repulsion. So the post is talking about how they're coming out as trans canine and talking about how they've been with 6 dogs. So they celebrate fucking dogs, and they double down on this, triple down on it, and have made it their entire brand identity now. Like, this is now their online presence, is being the dog fucker. And they're very open about it, talking about it, and trying to make it like some kind of powerful movement about why fucking dogs is a great thing. Obviously, on the side of common sense here, animals can't consent to having sex. Even having sex with the animals, you're raping them. You're a dog raper. It's called bestiality, and it's a crime. It's illegal. It's not something to be celebrated or encouraged. Now, I think the person behind this knows it and was making this as a giant post that would hopefully gather a lot of hoopla and put eyes on their content. Because even prior to this post, they were dropping nude photos, lewd photos, and just talking like about trying to monetize their sexual content. And then after this post got so much steam, they made a statement saying that this had cost them their job. They now no longer have a way of making money. So in desperation, they're saying, fuck it, and starting an OnlyFans. When I'm pretty sure that was the entire plan from the get-go. And by having so many eyes on them from all of this spotlight that was shined there, they immediately got a giant head start. Like, they're way over 150,000 followers at this point. And I'm pretty sure that this was their intention from the get-go. They chose something that they knew most people would have a problem with. No one likes to see animals being abused, and no one likes to hear about animals being used as like sexual objects or sexual props for people in their content. It's like, that is beyond weird. So they are probably aware that by making that post, it would have gathered a lot of steam, which it did. And then they immediately went around with this narrative that they were fired. There's no way of knowing 100% for sure if they were fired. I take all of that with a grain of salt. And even the way they talk about it, like in that post, they're saying they're going to sue everyone that got them fired. That just seems like a troll. That legitimately just seems like a weak, low-effort troll statement at the end there. There is evidence to suggest they may have actually lost their job from this, but even still, I don't think it's 100% this moment. Like, it just, to me, feels like a plan. And you can also even see them, like, lean into it. If you go back a couple days before this blew up, devil, this is terrible stuff. What kind of example are you setting for children, you godless heathens? and then only days later turning around and dropping one of their own. OnlyFans is disgusting, and you're going to hell for it as they're signing up for an account. I could be wrong. This all could be done and wasn't meant as a marketing play for OnlyFans subscribers. But to me, that's just really what it feels like. It feels like someone that is very aware of what they're doing and trying to capitalize off outrage and being the villain. I've said this a million times, but on Twitter, since everyone has unlimited access to every unhinged thought and person imaginable across the globe, you will always find people that agree with you. No matter how outrageous the belief, you will always find supporters. And that's exactly what's happened here. They now do have legitimate supporters backing them and the dog fucking stuff from other equally deranged animal fuckers. It's pathetic, sad, and it's just really depressing that this is actually succeeding for them financially. Now, if I'm correct and this is all just revolting marketing for their OnlyFans, it doesn't make any of this justifiable, excusable, and it doesn't make the whole situation any better. But it would at least be nice knowing that the person behind all of this isn't actually a danger to animals around them and having sex with them, as well as other awful things. Though I do think that there is a possibility this is all true and they are actually out there harming animals, and they're just spitting in the face of anyone with any level of human decency and making posts like this saying that they'll buy a wolf pup with fans, show that they're going to be buying an animal for the sole purpose of having sex with it. They even mentioned that they're a size queen in reference to buying that wolf pup. So that's like something that needs to be like actually investigated if this person is a legitimate danger or not to animals. Now, if I may, I'd like to turn your attention to another piece of evidence that I've collected in this case, and I'd like to present it to the court. So this is Exhibit D here. This is a post from them today, which is now seeming to champion for incest, talking about how having sex with your cousin is fine, it's all good, it's normal, and it shouldn't be like stigmatized and this and that. So this reinforces to me the thought that the person behind all of this is someone who is just trying to choose the most disgusting stances possible in order to attract as many tomatoes being thrown at them. So that way, hopefully, they can then catch a couple of like mentally unwell stragglers that are agreeing with them and then signing up to the OnlyFans. That's what this whole thing seems to be.
The amount of people in the street.
I could be wrong, and this really could be something
I have to do this to keep the glare out of the face of the camera.
Because they go on and on to try and defend this whole cousin sexual relationship thing. It's more really gross, repulsive stuff. But I just really do think this is all just supposed to drive traffic to their OnlyFans through outrage. But yeah, regardless, the whole thing is horrible. The person is horrible. So yeah, that's about it. So yeah, I'm usually not one to believe in the paranormal. However, I've recently been convinced that there's one man that's being haunted and possessed by a bad take demon. And if you're a fan of sports, you know exactly who I'm going to talk about. When you hear the word bad take, one image and one name pops into your head: Skip Bayless. He's been around for a long time. When I was a huge sports fan, I used to watch him and his shows as well. However, I don't much anymore. Now I just kind of see the viral clips of his most awful brain-dead opinions that are usually just way off the mark, or him just cosplaying as LeBron James boxers so he could hold his meat. I can't decide if he truly believes, because some of it's just blatantly wrong or just weird. So I don't know if he says it to take a shock and controversy for views, or if he really is just an android that's an awful sports take.
She liked the stream.
He's
Yeah,
algorithmically
that's
programmed
definitely
to deliver horrible sports opinions. But last night, this reached the boiling point when he dropped this stinker. This tweet, I believe, is the highest ratioed tweet on the entire site. I haven't been able to find anything that has a stronger, fatter L+ ratio here anywhere. Now, before diving into what made this tweet so hated, I'll give context around it because you're
it'll probably
the
still come.
situation that it's in reference to. Last night in the...
Come on! Search it already! Search it up! Huh. That actually brought up something, but it wasn't what I was looking for. Meteor Linkin Park. Good. Let's get some good music in here. Why is it not loading? Come on, load. There we go.
Let's listen to that weird clicking sound. That sounds bad. That sounds so bad. What the fuck is going on with this door? What the fuck?
What if I can never seem to find my wallet anywhere? Your debit card is right there on your phone. Use it or any Capital One card at Capital One cafes and get 50% off handcrafted beverages. Wow, that's so much easier. Switch to easy banking with no fee, no minimum Capital One 360 checking.
I can't do that properly. I could use it as that, but I can't do it properly. Brain cells. Yippee! I have brain cells. Oh my. I think I don't know.
Sometimes I need to remember just to breathe. Sometimes I need to say out loud tonight. Sometimes I'm in disbelief, I didn't know. Somehow I need you to go. Don't forget memories, forget possibilities. What you were changing me into. Just giving myself back control. Forget memories, forget possibilities. Take all your favorite things with you. Just giving myself back control. Sometimes I feel like I trusted you too well. Sometimes I just feel like standing up myself. Sometimes I'm in disbelief, I didn't know. Somehow I need to be
Well, of locating what I was looking for, but I need to let my dogs in. So, yeah, I'm gonna go do it now. Be back on.
Don't reach out anymore.
I'm back. I want to show you my backyard and what's in my backyard, but hold on.
I had nothing to say, and I get lost in the nothingness inside of me. I was confused, and I let it all out to find that I'm not the only person with these things in mind. But all the meanings in the words revealed is the only real thing that I got left to feel. Just stuck, I'm right alone. Feel what comes down to real. I wanna echo.
Okay, the stream in my backyard.